What's going on? Tony here, CCxRC, and on the bench today we've got the FuriBee VR01. These are their FPV goggles that you can get on the cheap. I think right now they're going for $55. I found mine in sale on GearBest for $46. Now I was trying to get a whole tiny whoop set up for under $100 just to see if it could be done. And I ended up getting this all for 86 bucks. That's just to get flying. You'll add some batteries and some extra stuff that puts you up around 100, 110, 20, depending on what you get. But I'll quickly tell you what I got, and then after the break I'll show you the goggles a little bit closer. So these took a little bit longer to get here, but I got the F03 camera FPV setup from FuriBee, and the F36 quadcopter here. And this was $13. Again, this was $21, and this is about $46. But let's take a look at the goggles now. Alright, so my workbench has seen better days. It's not white anymore. It's dirty from all the cars I've worked on it. But this is the goggle box that you get. It says dual antennas, 4.3-inch screen, HD FPV goggles that are 40-channel race band. So let's just go ahead and we'll open this up and see what it looks like when we open it. Alright, so we'll slide this out. Now mine's a little bit messy because I've already had it out and played with it, but I put it all back in for you to see. So you pull out your goggles here. You just use the strap. Alright, so here are the main components. We'll leave the big ones for last, but we've got a planar antenna here that'll screw on the top. We've got the mushroom antenna. We've got a battery lead or power DC adapter. And this is one thing I didn't notice. It does say on their website that it does not include a battery. I did not know that. Luckily, I have plenty of these JST connector batteries that I can use for this. And so I got lucky there. And a video input in case you wanted to maybe hook these up to your phone or whatever and be able to watch private screening of a video on here and then use your headphones out of the phone itself or whatever, as well as a very small one sheet set of instructions on how to use it with a little bit of information about it and the channels that there are available. So let's take a look here at the goggles themselves. We've got the name on the front. They're very lightweight, which I was afraid of because they're so long in order for your eyes to be able to focus on the screen in here and see everything. I was worried that it was going to feel really heavy, and but they're so light that it was just shocking to me, and that's because there's no battery. I almost thought that I had something wrong with mine because they were so lightweight. But in here we've got our screen, nice big viewing screen. And then on the top we have a series of buttons. So this is your auto scan for your channel. You've got the source to be able to change between the audio visual, and if you hold it in, it's also a menu button. And then you've got your band and your channel to be able to manually search through the channel. So let's get some power. Alright, so now I've got the two antennas on the goggles, and we're going to go ahead and get this thing powered up using this 2S 1100 milliamp hour battery that I have. You can also use a 3S battery, and it uses a JST connector, and you can either line up the notches, or what I do is I go by the colors here on the cables to make sure that I line it up the proper way, and we should get some picture. So there we go. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug in my quadcopter so we can get a little bit of picture instead of looking at the static. Alright, we've got that plugged in now, and looking at the back wall. So we've got a picture already, but what you'd want to do if it's not showing up is you hit on the top here is an auto search button here on the front left, and that'll scan and look for the channel. So there we go, auto search and found D1. Now the other way that you can find it is on the top you've got a B and a CH, and so you've got your band and your channel. And so up on the top you've got a D and a 1 right now, and if you hit the B button you'll see that it turns red and you can select the channel or the band that you're on. So here's the race band, and now if I go over and I start hitting the channel, I can find it on this channel. If I cycle again back, I can go to the band and find maybe say B, and we'll cycle through the different channels on B until we find the picture. So there we go. Now this thing actually looks really, really good inside of here. You don't get the best color through the camera looking at a monitor like this, but the colors and everything look really good. And this is a 480 by 272 pixel screen. It's 16 by 9, and so it is squishing the picture vertically from my camera, because my camera is a 4x3 camera on this quadcopter. But that doesn't really bother me. I can still see everything very clearly on these. As you can see here, it's a very clear picture. The other thing that you have on the top is you've got a source where you can choose. If you click it, it'll go to AV, which should be if you wanted to plug into a video source using the RCA cable that's included. But we'll go back to our video feed here. If you hold that button in, it's your menu button, and you keep clicking that menu button to be able to go through. You've got brightness, contrast, color, sharpness, the model number it shows, and you've got the language and exit. And then you'd use your B button here to select that and make it go away. Now you use the B and CH to go left and right on your brightness and your contrast and all that, but it looks pretty good out of the box, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it just as it is. I guess what we have, all we have left to do is show you guys a little bit of flight footage now. I'm going to throw it just out of focus so that it's not aliasing like this so bad. So like this. So you're looking at a little bit out of focus, but that's more so that it's not freaking out all over the place. Oof. Alright guys, so there's a quick look at the FuriBee VR01 goggles, the F36 Tiny Whoop, and the F03 camera that is on this, that's recording or showing the footage on the little goggles here. So if you're in the market for a cheap pair of goggles, you're just getting into it, this is a great set. This whole thing could really work for you for a first little kit getting into doing FPV for under $100. Just remember to pick up a battery and to have some double-sided tape to get your camera on there, and you're ready to go. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have fun RCing.